There is a patient I want to tell you about. His name is Arthur. He is 83 years old. And 2 years ago, he came to me with something that broke my heart a little. Subscribe to this channel for new health videos, made specifically for you. He said, "Doctor, I used to be the sharpest person in any room. Now I forget names. I lose my keys. And last month I nearly missed a stop sign because my eyes were getting so blurry." He was not exaggerating. His vision had deteriorated significantly. His memory was noticeably slower, and he had accepted both as inevitable. But here is what Arthur did not know. He was not simply aging. He was starving, not for calories, for 6 specific compounds that his eyes and brain depend on at a cellular level. Compounds that almost nobody over 60 is getting enough of, and compounds that happen to be packed into 6 tiny seeds that most people walk right past in the grocery store. 4 months after Arthur started eating these 6 seeds, every morning he called my office. He said, "I had my grandchildren over last weekend and I beat every single one of them at cards. My eyes feel clearer. My thinking feels faster. I am not promising you Arthur's result. Everybody is different. What I am promising you is the science. And the science behind these 6 seeds is extraordinary. Let me explain what is actually happening inside your eyes and your brain as you age. Your retina, the thin layer at the back of your eye that converts light into signals your brain can read, contains some of the highest concentrations of omega-3 fatty acids in your entire body, specifically a type called DHA. Roughly 60% of the photoreceptor cells in your retina are made of DHA. Those photoreceptors are the cells that actually detect light. They are what allow you to see in dim conditions, distinguish fine details, and perceive color accurately. After 60, the retina becomes less efficient at pulling DHA from the bloodstream. The photoreceptors gradually thin. The macula E, the central part of your retina responsible for sharp focused vision, becomes increasingly vulnerable to oxidative damage. Macular degeneration is the leading cause of permanent vision loss in adults over 60. And it begins not with a dramatic event, but with a quiet, decades-long process of oxidative damage and nutrient depletion that most people never see coming. Now, your brain. Your brain is 60% fat by dry weight. And the most abundant fat in your brain, again, is DHA. It forms the flexible membranes of your neurons, allows electrical signals to travel efficiently between cells, and maintains the structural integrity of the neural connections that form your memories. After 60, your brain produces less of the enzyme needed to convert short-chain omega-3s from plant food into DHA. Neural membranes become stiffer. Signal transmission slows. The connections that once formed quickly now take longer to establish. What most people call brain fog after 60 is often not inevitable aging. It is a membrane problem, a fat problem, a DHA problem. And the 6 seeds I am about to show you address this directly. Seed number 1, chia seeds. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds contain more omega-3 fatty acids by weight than a serving of salmon. They are the richest plant-based source of ALA, the precursor to DHA, available anywhere. But omega-3s are only part of what chia brings to your eyes and brain. Chia seeds are also extraordinarily rich in quercetin. Quercetin is a flavonoid that crosses the blood-brain barrier, meaning it can actually reach brain tissue and act there directly. Inside the brain, quercetin inhibits the inflammatory enzymes that damage neurons and accelerate cognitive decline. And for your eyes, quercetin has been shown in multiple studies to protect retinal cells from the oxidative stress caused by ultraviolet light, the same mechanism that underlies macular degeneration. 2 tablespoons in the morning, add them to water and let them sit for 5 minutes until they form a gel. Add to yogurt, sprinkle over oats. The method does not matter as long as they are consumed. One practical note. Whole chia seeds pass through some people largely undigested. Soaking them or grinding them first significantly improves the bioavailability of everything inside them. Seed number 2. Flax seeds. Flax seeds are the second richest plant source of omega-3s after chia, but they bring something chia does not: lignans. Lignans are plant compounds that your gut bacteria convert into a form of estrogen called enterolactone. Enterolactone has been shown in research to reduce inflammation in the retinal blood vessels, the tiny vessels that feed your photoreceptor cells with oxygen and nutrients. When those vessels are inflamed, they narrow. Photoreceptors receive less blood flow, they function less efficiently and die faster. Flax seeds also contain soluble fiber that feeds the beneficial gut bacteria responsible for converting lignans, which means the seed is essentially providing both the raw material and the food for the process that makes it work. Critical note: you must use ground flax seeds or flaxseed meal, not whole flax seeds. The outer shell of a whole flax seed is essentially impenetrable by your digestive system. It will pass through completely intact and deliver almost nothing. Ground flaxseed is where all the benefit lies. 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed in the morning. Add to a smoothie. Stir into porridge. Mix into yogurt. Keep it in the refrigerator after opening, because the oils oxidize quickly. Seed number 3. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are one of the most nutrient-dense foods available for the aging brain and eye, and they are almost universally underestimated. A single 30-gram serving of pumpkin seeds delivers approximately 40% of your daily magnesium requirement, 20% of your zinc, and meaningful amounts of iron, copper, and manganese, all in one small handful. Here is why each of those matters specifically for your eyes and brain. Zinc is concentrated at higher levels in the retina than in any other tissue in the human body. It is essential for the enzyme that converts vitamin A into the visual pigment that allows your photoreceptors to respond to light. Without adequate zinc, that conversion slows, night vision deteriorates, contrast sensitivity decreases. Magnesium, as we have covered before, is essential for ATP energy production, the energy currency of every cell, and your retinal photoreceptors are among the most energy-demanding cells in the body. They are firing constantly, detecting and transmitting visual information every waking second. They burn through ATP at extraordinary rates, and they need a continuous supply of magnesium to do it. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, an amino acid your brain converts into serotonin and then into melatonin. Melatonin is not only your sleep hormone, it is also one of the most powerful antioxidants produced inside the eye, protecting photoreceptors from oxidative damage during the night. One small handful is about 30 grams every morning, raw or lightly roasted, unsalted. Seed number 4. Sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are the richest dietary source of vitamin E available in seed form. A single 30-gram serving delivers roughly 80% of the daily recommended intake for vitamin E. And vitamin E is one of the 2 most critical antioxidants in the human lens. The transparent structure at the front of your eye that focuses light onto the retina. The lens is almost entirely made of protein. And like all proteins, those lens proteins are vulnerable to oxidation. When they oxidize, they become cloudy. That cloudiness is a cataract. Cataracts are the leading cause of vision loss worldwide and the #1 cause of reversible blindness in older adults. The surgery to remove them is one of the most commonly performed medical procedures globally. But here is what the research consistently shows. Higher dietary intake of vitamin E is associated with significantly lower rates of cataract formation. In one landmark study, adults with the highest vitamin E intake had a 50% lower risk of developing cataracts compared to those with the lowest intake, Vitamin E from sunflower seeds is also essential for maintaining the integrity of myelin, so the protective sheath around nerve fibers, including the optic nerve that connects your eye to your brain. Without adequate vitamin E, myelin degrades and signal transmission slows. 20 to 30 grams of sunflower seeds in the morning. Plain, unsalted, raw, or lightly dry roasted. They are inexpensive, widely available, and genuinely powerful for both eye and brain health. Seed number 5. Sesame seeds. Sesame seeds contain two unique compounds found almost nowhere else in the food supply: sesamin and sesamolin. These compounds belong to a class called lignans, similar to flaxseed, but with a specific mechanism that makes them particularly important for the aging brain. Sesamin and sesamolin have been shown in research to inhibit an enzyme called delta-5 desaturase. That enzyme competes with the pathway that converts omega-3s into DHA. By inhibiting it, sesamin essentially clears the road for omega-3 conversion, allowing more of the omega-3s from chia and flax to complete their journey into DHA. In other words, sesame seeds make the other seeds on this list work better. Sesame seeds are also rich in calcium. 1 tablespoon contains more calcium than a glass of milk, and in phosphatidylserine, a fat that forms a major component of neuron membranes and has been studied specifically for its role in supporting memory and cognitive processing speed. 1 to 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds daily. Sprinkle over salads, stir into yogurt, add to a seed mix. Tahini, which is ground sesame, is an excellent alternative and may actually improve absorption because the grinding breaks down the outer shell. Seed number 6. Hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are the only plant food that contains complete protein, meaning all 9 essential amino acids in proportions that your body can actually use. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds provide roughly 10 grams of complete protein. But for your brain and eyes, the most remarkable thing about hemp seeds is their omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Most modern diets contain far too much omega-6 relative to omega-3. The historical human diet maintained a ratio of roughly 2 or 3 to 1. The modern diet sits at around 15 to 20 to 1 in favor of omega-6. That imbalance drives chronic low-grade inflammation throughout the body, including in the brain and the retina. And chronic inflammation in those tissues is directly associated with accelerated cognitive decline and macular degeneration. Hemp seeds contain omega-6 and omega-3 in almost exactly the ideal 2 or 3 to 1 ratio. They help correct the imbalance that is driving inflammation in your neural tissue right now. They also contain gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, a rare omega-6 that actually has anti-inflammatory rather than pro-inflammatory effects, making them even more valuable for reducing neuroinflammation. 3 tablespoons in the morning. They have a mild nutty flavor that works in smoothies, yogurt, oats, or simply sprinkled over anything you are already eating. Now let me explain how to use all 6 seeds together, because this is where the real power is. Each seed addresses a different layer of eye and brain protection. Chia and flaxseed provide the omega-3 raw materials your neural membranes are built from. Pumpkin seeds deliver the zinc and magnesium your photoreceptors need to function, and the tryptophan that protects them at night. Sunflower seeds provide the vitamin E that prevents your lens, proteins from oxidizing into cataracts, and maintains the myelin on your optic nerve. Sesame seeds enhance the omega-3 conversion pathway and contribute membrane building phosphatidylserine directly. Hemp seeds correct the omega-6 to omega-3 imbalance that is driving silent inflammation in your retina and your neurons right now. Together, they form a complete daily nutritional protocol for the 2 organs most responsible for your quality of life after 60. The practical morning mix. 1 tablespoon each of ground flaxseed and chia seeds. 1 tablespoon each of pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, and hemp seeds. Mix them together once a week and keep in a sealed jar in the refrigerator. Every morning, take 2 tablespoons of the mix and add it to whatever you are already eating. Yogurt, porridge, a smoothie. The timing matters less than the consistency. Cost roughly 30 to 50 cents per day depending on where you buy them. Available in every supermarket, requiring no preparation beyond mixing once a week. Now I need to address something that comes up every time I discuss seeds with patients over 60, but I already take omega-3 supplements. Is this still necessary? The short answer is yes, and here is why. Omega-3 supplements, whether fish oil or algae oil, primarily provide EPA and DHA directly. That is valuable, but they provide almost nothing else on this list. No zinc, no magnesium, no vitamin E, no lignans, no phosphatidylserine, no quercetin, no GLA. The 6 seeds are not an alternative to omega-3 supplementation. They are a comprehensive nutritional system that happens to include omega-3 precursors alongside everything else your eyes and brain need to function at their best. If you take omega-3 supplements and eat these 6 seeds, you are giving your neural tissue both the direct supply and the complete supporting cast. That is considerably more powerful than either alone. Now, a few important cautions before I give you the final summary. If you take blood thinners, including warfarin or aspirin, daily, be aware that omega-3s have mild blood thinning properties. Adding significant amounts of chia, flax, and hemp to your diet should be discussed with your doctor if you are on anticoagulation therapy. If you have a nut or seed allergy, introduce these one at a time rather than all together, and watch for any reaction. If you have kidney disease, high potassium intake from seeds should be discussed with your doctor, as the kidneys regulate potassium clearance. And if you have been diagnosed with macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, or glaucoma, these seeds support eye health, but they are not a treatment. Continue all prescribed treatment from your ophthalmologist. Use these seeds as a nutritional foundation alongside your medical care, not instead of it. Let me bring it all together. Your eyes and your brain share the same primary building blocks. DHA forms the membranes of your photoreceptors and your neurons. Antioxidants protect both from the oxidative damage that drives macular degeneration and cognitive decline. Minerals power the energy production that keeps both functioning. And the omega-6 to omega-3 balance determines the level of background inflammation both are operating in. 6 seeds address all of these simultaneously every morning for roughly 50 cents a day. Chia seeds, omega-3s, and quercetin for retinal protection. Flax seeds, omega-3s, and lignans for retinal blood vessel health. Pumpkin seeds, zinc for visual pigment production, magnesium for photoreceptor energy, tryptophan for nighttime eye protection. Sunflower seeds, vitamin E to prevent cataracts and protect the optic nerve. Sesame seeds, sesamine to enhance omega-3 conversion and phosphatidylserine for memory and processing speed. Hemp seeds, complete protein and the ideal omega ratio to reduce neuroinflammation. 2 tablespoons of the mixed seed blend every morning, consistent, daily. That is the entire protocol. Arthur now keeps a jar of this mix on his kitchen counter. He has not missed a morning in 18 months. Last month he told me his granddaughter asked him how he was getting sharper as he got older. That is not magic. That is the right nutrients reaching the right tissue consistently over time. Please talk to your doctor before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you take blood thinners, have kidney disease, or have any diagnosed eye condition. Please subscribe to this channel. I post new videos to help you stay healthy. Thank you for watching. Take care of your eyes and your mind.